going, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna go. This is DWTT coming to you. Cameras. There we go on our way down. Say hi, Mark.
What's going on? Happy.
And down there, what do we got? On the stoop, low. Hello, we're at the Tollington. Hello, we're at the Tollington. We just saw a couple players go by. Bruce Nelson, Dinchenko. Hey, dude. Another player just went by. It's crazy. Another player just went by. Uh-oh. This is great. Don't know what happened there, but let's just go ahead and let's just get started. I don't know what happened there. That was a little weird. That was poor. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. It's the road trip. You never know what's gonna happen. Let's get started.
We've gone off the road on the first bend.
I know what it is, but I'm not gonna do that again. I know. I turned something on and then boom, it affected my bandwidth. So there you go. I won't do that again. So here we go, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to the show. It's the road trip. I've got Sam. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Gary. Nice to be on with you again. Nice to see Mr. Tom there. How you doing, Mr. Tom? Yeah, it's always good to be here. I see people turned up in the chat. Great to be here as always.
Yep. And Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
What's the score? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm okay at the moment.
You know what? It can't be that. You're hanging with your buddies. You don't have to look at the score. All right? Look at us first and then worry about the score afterwards. All right?
But literally the first comment of the show in our comment section is another Arsenal agenda comment.
Oh, geez. Is that what it is? Is that, yeah, you know what? And then we'll get into that. So here we go. Ryan he actually was in before the show started. Liverpool in the mud, Liverpool in the mud. Yeah. They're just setting us all up for us. Liverpool is threatening for top of the league right now. So this stops that, right?
Yeah.
So now we're just down to 3 teams again, right? It was 4 yesterday, but now it's 3, right?
I never ever included Liverpool.
No, but that's what Mr. Tom's insinuating by, the conspiracy to keep us at the top of the league, right? No threats.
Yeah. That agenda of keeping Liverpool in the title race that they're not even in.
Oh, man. So let's see. We got Ryan is in the house. Oh, I had a comment here. Russ has joined us. Russ, how are you doing? Hey, they got it. Yeah.
I think he sniffs a bit too much glue in his spare time, this Russ, I think.
Hey, you know what? Did you saw the handball? Did you see it? I guess.
What is it? So what? What is it people don't get with this? Well, I really don't get it.
Consistencies, right?
It was never going to fucking
I've not seen.
It's never going to fucking happen. Like pigs flying, like me being able to have sex with 1995 Salma Hayek. It's never going to fucking happen. I wish people who are supposed to be intelligent and have some education and have gone to school and learned what maths is and science is, I wish these people would understand you're not going to get human beings making the same correct 100% consistent decisions every single week. It's not going to happen. Just forget it. And all these so-called agenda things, it's all bollocks because it happens to all the teams. All the teams have terrible VAR decisions and terrible decisions go against them every week. It's not just Arsenal. It's not an agenda against Arsenal. What would the point of giving Liverpool? Liverpool aren't even in a title race. So what's the point?
You're no fun. You're being all like adult-like right now. I don't get it.
No, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Continue.
When you look beyond, when you just ask one simple question, why? When you just ask one simple question, you push back and you ask one simple question, why? what's the purpose? They just all crumble and fade away because they can't give you why. You know why? It's not just happening to Arsenal. It's happening to all the teams in the Premier League because they're human beings who are rubbish at their job. They are no good. We should get rid of them. We should get rid of the PGMOL. We should get rid of all the referees. We should set up a professional, international-based referee organization where we pick the best referees from around the world, like we do with players. Why can't it be the same with the players? Why can't we go and get the top referee from wherever who's doing a great job? If he's from Brazil or if he's from Peru or wherever he is, some really good referee who's, it will be even more impartial than one if he comes from another country. So why can't we do that? This is what we should do. We should get the best referees from around the world. You don't have the same worry about being partial and biased and all this, and just get the best referees to do the best job. They'll still make mistakes. They'll still miss a handball. They'll still miss a penalty. They'll still miss a red card for someone who's stamping on someone else's foot. Russ Morgan will still go on about why didn't Mr. Santador from fucking Peru get that penalty that week when he didn't do it the week before. You'll still have that.
Mr. Santador.
But, that's the only way you can try and do it, is at least try and level the playing field somehow by creating some level of impartiality and removing all these guys who currently can't do their job. All these referees at the moment are useless. Get rid of them, start again, and then we'll see what we can do. But human beings are going to make mistakes.
You're just trying to be all smart.
You're
bringing the facts, right? Oh, I don't like that. Where's the emotion?
I thought you like facts. I thought you liked
facts.
We want
emotion. Hey, the first thing you said today was what? That had nothing to do. You're here with your buddies. The first thing you want to know is, should I be mad on this show, even though you're here with your friends? You were going to be mad.
I can't remember what I said 40 seconds ago, let alone the first comment on the show. Bloody hell, Gary.
Let me say hello. Let me say hello to these people that just joined us. Tired Gunosaurus is in the house. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Bia Gunner. Yes, so we do get a show. Yep, I am sorry about the wishy-washy back and forth, but it was. Hey, I'm a family man. I got to do some family stuff once in a while, and then when it gets blown up, then I get to go and have my fun as well. So sorry about the confusion, but we're here. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna go back and forth. Mr. Tom is gonna say nonsense. Sam's gonna talk about who he didn't get back in 1995. Bamford with a goal worthy of his hair. Yeah, that was when I first saw the goal, I was like, damn, how did he maneuver the ball like that? That was pretty cool because I know he wasn't shooting for that corner.
It's a big dirty deflection, weren't it? Apparently,
yeah, it was. It was. I thought you saw that. Yeah. No, it was a deflection.
No,
it was a nice deflection right in the top left corner of the goal. Goalkeeper had no chance.
You're right, though. You're right. I should watch it. I'm going to use a totally legal means on Twitter.
It's probably on YouTube by now, right? A lot of these things go on YouTube right away. And Mr. Tom,
should I go on YouTube and watch it?
Does Tom know what light is? He's in a dungeon. There's no such thing as light. You ever been in a dungeon?
It's what I bring to the world.
I don't think Tom uses a lot on his electric bill, to be fair to him. He's a financially prudent guy.
Wait till you see my electric bill. Everyone be like, I can't believe it. And I'll be sitting there going, do you want it in cash or pennies?
Oh, all right. So let's get
I know they're the same thing. I fucked that up.
Yeah, so right now, and let's go look at this live table. The live table as we sit right now. The bottom three are West Ham, got Leeds and Southampton. So Leeds is able to get all 3 points. Yeah, Bournemouth surprised everybody. I don't know who thought Bournemouth was gonna.
I want to ask Chris a question in the chat. Chris, our beloved closet.
He joined us. Let me go through the chat messages then, and we'll quick so we can get that out of the way. We'll get in. So we'll talk about who's going to get relegated. I will star that. Riddy has joined us. What happened there? Oh, what happened? Why is it showing? Oh, there we go. Riddy has joined us. Welcome to the show. He's so happy about Liverpool. Got Ian in the house. Welcome to the show. Yeah, you're listening to the second half commentary. All right, cool. They gave away fourth. That is true. I mean, they let and then that team is doing pretty well today, up 2-0 right now. Yep. Tom is in the dungeon. What else we got going on here? I'll do the bad thing with 2023. That's Salam Hayek. I don't think that's the same person. So you know what? We're okay. We are all. We let everybody in. Everybody's allowed to join us.
I'm not touching him.
Nothing's wrong with it. Not that there's anything wrong with it. But if you're in the Salam,
I'm gonna Google it and see who Salam Hayek is.
Yeah, no, he's trying to correct it now, but we didn't. I don't see it. I don't see the correction.
Unfortunately, Google keeps saying, "Did you mean Salma Hayek?" and it gives me no option to say no. I clearly mean Salam Hayek, but for some reason it doesn't want to show me Salam Hayek.
Big Gunner is
oh, wait a minute.
Susan Sarandon, all right?
Sorry, I don't know if you can see this, but it says Salam Hayek Sausage Party Premiere.
Oh, wow. Wow. Russ, you know what? That's okay. We will not tell anybody. All right?
There's literally nothing wrong with it. But that was funny.
It was.
All right. So, Chris,
and naturally, I'm going to click on it because I want.
You had a question for him, Mr. Sam?
Yeah, I want to ask Chris, our resident closet Arsenal fan, but he's really a Liverpool fan, and that is how can Liverpool go from absolutely smashing Man United 7-0 and just obliterating them, and everyone's like, "Oh, Liverpool's back! Liverpool's back!" They're like, Gakpo's on fire and Salah's on fire and Nunes is on fire. They got all their back. Klopp's a genius. To lose it 1-0 to Bournemouth. How can you do that in the next game? How? That is a shambles beyond all shambolisms.
Is that actually how you say it?
No, I just made it up because it sounded good. But anyway, it's just ridiculous. How can you do that?
You know, I actually watched that game thinking, all right, you know what? Let's see as you say, let's see if they've returned. And you know what? As I texted you, right? I said, seems how every time we play a team, we struggle against them. Maybe we get a win. We usually don't lose. And then they go on and they looked okay, right? And they actually should have been up. They should have been up 2-0 at one point in this game. They had a couple of breakaways, just like they did against us. But they decided not to take the shot. And for that, they kept the game close. But Bournemouth should have. They could have won it. They could have won that 2-0 easily. I mean, it was a breakaway all by himself. Goalkeeper comes off his line. He doesn't take the shot, and then basically gets run off the ball. Eventually, I think he trips over himself or something. Shot never gets taken, and then, threat is gone. So, pretty bad. Pretty bad. What else we got going on here? Craig AFC 87 is in the house. Welcome.
There's some terrible comments in the section this week. Yeah. Terrible. Just the worst. The dirt worst.
There. Yeah, and if you want to see Mr. Tom, I should be filtering these things out, but I might just say screw it.
No, yeah. Put them all up.
Put them all up.
No. I'm not. I don't censor the bad comments.
Colonel Ward, that can't be your first comment. Let's try that again because I can't put that up.
No, please. I've seen it. Please put it up. Please put it up.
Go ahead. You can read it out.
Tom's not shy. I told you all ages ago. He's secretly 14, 15. He's got loads of action, man. And he's already gone bald due to the stress that Gary puts him in, week out. I see.
You know what? All I saw was an age, and I was like, you know what? This can't be good. This can't be good. It actually was not that bad.
Perfectly fine. He's entitled to his view. And Gary does it. I had a full hair. My hair was down here before I started going on the road trip. It's just bullying me weekly. I was like, I'll go to bed at night. I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, Gary's going to make me come on this show again so he can tell me off. And call my comments nonsense. Oh my God! But,
you said you're the king of nonsense.
I am.
All right.
I am. But I'm allowed to say it.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's one of those things. That's one of those things.
Yeah, probably. I'll forget that in about 8 seconds.
It's one of those things like, am I fat? And you're not supposed to answer the question, right?
Well, I am fat though. Like I'm
Gets you in
not
trouble,
blind. I know I am fat.
So, am I fat? There's a bear in the woods.
You guys are good. You guys are corrupting me. I shouldn't even. I'm going in bad place. Going to bad places for me. Bad places.
Great success.
Great
Sam
success. A sexy
specializes in
time,
those
huh?
kind of parties. What is he talking about? That was all Russ, man. That's Russ and Salma. I mean, come on.
That's Salam.
Yeah,
Sal-
That's Salam Hayek's
a bit of behind the curtain here for everyone.
speciality
Not
with Russ
totally,
Morgan and
Gary.
Slough, that is.
Gary was like, "Oh, I'm not going to be doing a show this week, lads." I was like, "Oh, that's actually quite handy. I can get some shopping done. I'll have the kids over and everything." And then yet today, Gary goes, "Oh, we're having a show." I'm like, "All right, fuck off, kids." Doing a show,
I know. I enjoy this day because it's so unscripted. As we really don't care about. You guys don't even want me to talk about what's going on the TV screen.
Oh,
When I do, you get upset.
Because we've got eyes and we can see it ourselves.
Mr. Tom doesn't have those eyes.
It's true. I'm a bit I'm a bit Stevie Wonderish when it comes to the live football.
Well, you need lights on first.
That's true. It's true. I can't argue. I can't argue the facts. All right. If you say things that are true, I've got to acknowledge it. All right.
Yeah.
Not acknowledge it enough to switch the light on though, because money. No.
Why is that team finally winning? You know why? Because they have nothing to lose now. Not a damn thing. They got nothing to lose, so they're just going to play some football eventually.
Richarlison scored 2 league goals this season, both against Nottingham Forest. Both of them he took his shirt off. Both of them he took a booking, and then both of them got disallowed after.
Richarlison, wasn't it? Oh,
genuinely true. Genuinely true.
And we had fans who wanted him way back when he was going. Was it from Everton?
Yeah.
Fucking fans, Arsenal fans wanted him.
But you know what? I feel if Arteta brings you in, we're good. He's not gonna if he thinks Richarlison is not gonna do it for him, he won't bring him in. But if he does, I have no doubt he would play for us. You know what I mean? Because Arteta's not. I don't think he's going to waste his time with players he can't either have a good communication relationship with, right? So I think Richarlison would have actually played for us if he decided he wanted to come. But he would have to say yes to whatever Arteta says. This is how it works.
I'm so glad he's not at Arsenal because you can see the guy's just wrong. His attitude is piss poor. He wouldn't fit in at Arsenal at all. No way. That ego he's got, that prima donna ego. No way.
Wow. I mean, Cheddar's actually bet against his own team.
That's criminal. That's actually criminal.
that is a bit. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
I mean, I hope you bet. Gary. I hope you bet your mortgage, your rent, the car payment, whatever, because that's the only way that makes you feel any better is that you doubled your money and now you don't have to pay rent for a month. That's the only way I would do something.
Brighton scored. Tom's gonna be sad now.
Oh man, I just missed that. They're gonna show the replay here. Oh, it looks like what's his name? Harrison has got his head up in the air, so it looks like he did something bad. Let's see what happened.
Oh, there's a shock.
Ball comes into the box. Basically, yep. How did he miss the ball? I think Harrington is supposed to clear that ball, and he doesn't. Oh, he kicks. Does he kick it into his own goal?
It's not.
Yep, he put it. They almost scored. I think your team almost scored twice on that. Let's see. Yep, I think the center back almost put it in, but Meslier cleared it, and then Harrington went to clear the ball, and it was a perfect shot into the goal. He was trying to clear it, but you almost had 2 own goals there. So the fact that
do you know what happened on deadline day? This is genuinely true. Obviously, I don't expect Arsenal fans to know this. Harrison was at Leicester's training facility with view to a move to Leicester, and instead We turned around and went, no, actually, we don't want you to go. Whatever Leicester were offering you as contract terms, we're going to match it. Come back. And that earned us an own goal. So cheers, Jack.
They almost gave away another goal. They cleared off the line. A breakaway. Goalkeeper comes out. Cross comes in and gets cleared away. But yeah, you guys are starting to get a little scary there. Long ball comes in.
We're starting to get a little bit championshipy.
That's what it looks like, and not the good. Like we will be back in the Premier League feel either. And it looks like that team has scored again. Surprisingly, they got nothing to play for now. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Ian's got the BBC presenters and commentators who skeeved off today in solidarity of Comrade Lineker should be given the football boot. That's a different take than what I've seen. Basically, what they're saying is that if you're saying that they shouldn't be able to, on their personal Twitter, say whatever they want, is what you're trying to say. And as Lineker is at the Leicester City match.
I'm glad Stefan heard. Oh, someone heard that saying. Invented a new word. I invented a new word. Stefan's acknowledging it. Championshipy. Just saying.
Anybody have any comments? Anybody have any comments on this BBC?
No. I'd like to read out a comment that was made on the Stoop. It's in the comment section, and I thought it was quite interesting because it actually doesn't really get into the politics of it, just more the implications of what happened. Someone called Xander87. Never heard of him in my life, but with respect to him. But he basically wrote, I find it really bizarre that anyone would advocate this sort of treatment for someone who simply has a different view. The tweets weren't offensive, not done in the BBC's name. They were. I mean, you called them Nazis, so that I don't specifically agree with. But the tweets were offensive, not done in the BBC's name, and they weren't advocating abuse or anything like that. It was just a view. I thought cancel culture, wokeness, and making examples out of people with different opinions was an authoritarian thing. Agree with him or not, that's not the issue. Whether you're left or right political, that's also not the issue. The issue is this sets the precedent for the UK government and a supposed national broadcaster to get rid of or cancel anyone not agreeing with the government. This is an issue of freedom of speech, whatever your political ethos, unless you're authoritarian far right or authoritarian far right or left, whatever. Free speech should be something we all want to protect. People died in wars to give us this freedom. We have lost the art of disagreement nowadays.
Correct. That's very correct. I think it's bang on.
That's what. Yeah. I thought it was like. I don't think. Do I think he should have actually said they're Nazis? Of course not. Am I surprised it upset people? Of course not. But the reality is that it is now set a standard where if the government don't like what you're saying about them, you can't be on TV.
So BBC is government owned?
Yeah.
Yes. Technically, yes.
As far as
it's paid for by us because we pay a license fee on a yearly basis.
As far as I understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, or anyone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't read all the very granular details behind this at the moment, but as far as I'm aware, if you're employed by the BBC, it's in your contract basically that you can't I think it's because it's not behind closed doors, because he puts it on Twitter, it becomes the public domain. So it's like him sharing his political views in the public domain, which I believe, according to the BBC's contract, he's not allowed to do. I believe that's part of the reasoning behind this. So it's a breach of the BBC's contract, which is why he is technically in trouble with the BBC. But I agree with you completely, Tom. And that is that it shouldn't be like that. I've 100% freedom of speech. It shouldn't matter whether you're talking on Twitter or wherever. You should be able to to have your views, no matter what, no matter who you're employed for, or you know, you should be able to have those views. And you know, and like you say, Tom, it's terrible. We are now in an age where, you know, there's this cancel culture, right? You know, because you don't think the same as us, or we don't like what you think, you're not allowed to say it. You know, there's this whole we can't agree to disagree. You know, thought it's gone out the window now, and people don't understand that. You know, just because you know you're sometimes people are going to say things you don't like, and you're going to be hurt by that, probably. You know, depending on what's said, you know, the severity of it, but you might get hurt by that. But that's just life. If someone says something to you that you don't like, you get hurt by, you either find a way of debating back and having constructive argument or constructive criticism back to that person, or you just have to learn to accept it and just move on, just bite your tongue and move on, because that is what freedom of speech is. You know, we just have to learn to accept that we have different opinions, different takes on things, and it doesn't mean it's you know, killing you or taking your life away or anything like that. It's not as serious as it's made out to be. You know, it's freedom of speech is important, and it's on its way. Every time we get this step now where they try to cancel this and remove this and make this illegal and this and that, it's killing our freedom of speech. It's taking it away bit by bit. It's like they've done with they're trying to do with protests as well. You know, protests they're trying to make illegal. You know, you're going to have to book a protest a year in advance to be able to do it. You know, they're virtually trying to legally make it legal. And the same happened when the Queen passed away as well. God bless her. You know, it's absolutely tragic that the Queen passes away for her. You know, her and her family. But there are a lot of people who weren't for the monarchy. You know, and they voiced their opinion on that day. You know, maybe you can say the timing's not great, but listen. You know, if someone didn't like the monarchy and they went out and said, you know, during that time after the Queen's passing, said, you know, down with the monarchy or the monarchy or whatever, that is freedom of speech. It goes under the same moniker. So, you know, it's this whole, and it's come along with social media and it's come along with the internet, where it's just, we've just become so weak. You know, it's the whole. Basically, each generation that passes now, they get weaker and weaker and weaker in terms of what they tolerate and what they can do. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's just really worrying, isn't it?
Yep, it is. Before we continue on with that, Stefan has joined us. Welcome to the show. Now, I understand.
Hang on. Can I address that?
I understand.
Can I address the TTA post?
Yeah, just a second. We'll get back to that. I'll get back to that. I understand the.
Yeah, fine, no problem.
I understand the Nazi. Like, the only thing about the comment that he said was maybe their reference to it being Nazi-like. You know, that would be the only thing, but you could use it for any kind of thing where people are maybe getting done bad to, or you know, treated negatively, right? So that's the only thing that you could say about it. But the fact that he's actually you know, he's been one of those charitable people out there, opening up his home or providing some support to the same people that he's talking about. That's when you're like, yeah, it probably hit him. It was easy for him to respond to that, because he's out there helping the same people that the government's saying we're not going to help anymore, right? So, and it's funny because I saw a tweet also that's, you know, it was a tweet where they got back a letter from the BBC, and the BBC said, as long as it's, the reason why we didn't punish this reporter or whatever is because it was on their personal account, and the views aren't of the BBC, and that's why it's okay. And you're like, oh, okay, so the views aren't of you, so then why do you care? It's not on your network.
Gary, that happened to Gary Lineker 6 years in 2016. He made a comment about Brexit on his personal Twitter account, and basically the BBC went, the exact words I read it earlier were, he is a freelance employee. And I don't know if that's changed since. He's a freelance employee, and he's entitled to his personal views on his own private Twitter account, and that's why we can't punish him. But then that's what makes it seedy. It's like, why is it because it's now about the government? Why is it now wrong? But it weren't wrong then. In the eyes of the same employer.
Yeah, and
You
as you
also
said,
have
and
to- you
also
also
was
have to ask the question.
against the Qatari government. They could say whatever they want. I mean, they had all of their reporters with armbands and all of that against a government, right? That they're making money off of, and they're okay with it. So yeah, it makes sense why they are, they have double standards, but it's not.
Yeah,
I've
you're
got
right.
to say,
Yeah, go on.
sorry, just quick. I've got to say, I don't follow Gary Lineker on Twitter, so I don't actually know most of what he does on his Twitter. Things like that. I obviously know this pure, like similar to Sam. I know 80% of what he has been saying in the situation, but I haven't seen it because, like I said, I don't follow him. I have no real interest in following him. Also, Matt Letizia wasn't fired because of his Twitter posts. Matt Letizia was let go along with a number of his colleagues, essentially because they were old. You legally can't say that. You legally cannot fire people because they're old. But everyone knows, really, they just wanted to go in a different direction with younger ex-pros.
And also because, and again, this is not essentially my opinion, but I was reading at the time there were many people who were feeding back that they
were white.
They thought Letizia was boring. He's boring and he's old, so they had to they cut down on their workforce, and he was one of them that had to go. And but yeah, Gary's right as well. When the BBC people are out talking about Qatar, apparently that's okay, but when all of a sudden you're talking about your own government, that's not okay. It's very hypocritical because they're both political statements, they're political movements. So. And
yeah,
and I don't agree with Russ in terms of when Russ says, if you're employed by your employer, well, he's using it through his private account. He's he's talking as a private person. You should be able to, as a private person, even if you're paid by the taxpayer, you should still, as a private person, have the right to the freedom of speech, the full 100% right to the freedom of speech. Yep. It's as simple as that, really. And also, I disagree that I can understand why people are reacting to the so-called trying to compare to the Nazis. I can understand people react to that, but at the same time, that's his opinion, right? That's his opinion, and he's entitled to that, even if it does hurt people and ruffle feathers and annoy people. He's entitled to that. It's not a death threat. It's you're not allowed to voice a death threat, obviously. But if he doesn't, but if he wants to compare someone to someone else or to something else or some movement to another movement, he's entitled to do that. That's freedom of speech. You can't take away a little bit of freedom of speech without going on the slippery slope of, then what more are you going to take away? What's going to be the next step? You take a finger, then you take a hand, and you take a hand, and you take an arm, and all of a sudden you've got full censorship of speech. That's where the government wants to go. They want full censorship, and they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. They're already starting the protest. They've got laws on the way now that are going to be brought to Parliament sometime in the near future, and hopefully they don't get passed, but they want to pass legislation on basically banning protests. This whole 1984 George Orwell scenario it's on its full way into our modern society, being controlled by technology and controlled by social media. It's shocking, and we need to stand our ground and stand up against this.
Yep. No, I hear you. We missed a question here from Riddy.
Need to update your results, Gary.
Yeah, I will in a second here. So you guys can answer that question.
Why does the Mersey run through Liverpool? Probably because it's about to be robbed.
Well, why does it run through Liverpool? Yeah, because if it stands still, it's going to get robbed and raped.
Oh man.
So now, basically, I think Sam should be banned from the trip, the road trip.
My own, they are not.
don't reflect
No, yeah, you know what? You are correct. You are correct. This
they
is
are not condoned by the trip or Gary or anyone employed by this. Not
you know what? If that were the case, you wouldn't be on this show at all because I don't. There's a score coming up, Mr. Tom. There's a score coming up.
We'd been banned a long time ago.
There's a score coming up, Mr. Tom.
I would never be allowed on YouTube. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Now, if your views weren't allowed on this show, I don't think
Yes!
I'd have you on
Come
show.
on! Yes! Yes!
That's a really
Yes!
nice
Yes!
shot there from Harrison,
Go!
who's been terrible today, but he does pull through and gets the
when
goal.
I called you a cunt, Jack, I was wrong, baby. I was wrong. I'm a man. I can admit when I am wrong. And right in the 61st minute of this game, I was wrong. No, I was right. You were the cunt for scoring that own goal, but you redeemed yourself in my eyes and my heart. So thank you, Jack.
Well, you asked me to correct the score, and as soon as you did, I got an alert. So I don't know. You might do it one more. You might be able to do that one more time.
You're a beautiful man, Gary. You're a beautiful man.
Yeah.
And Sam, you're all right.
Oh, I'm not beautiful, am I, you cunt?
That means you love him, right? Is that what that word? That's not what it means, right? That's like, I love you.
Let me tell you something, yeah. Russ Morgan, rare occasion, he's correct. I'm joking. I love you, Russ. You can't fire Sam. You just need to suspend him until it blows over. What's the exact Shaun of the Dead where we just sit in the Winchester and wait for the zombie apocalypse to all blow over?
Yeah.
See, the thing about this, the whole BBC is owned by the government. So the government is going one way, then shouldn't they be skewed that way? Right?
Sorry, what did you say, Gary?
If the BBC if the government owns BBC, then game's over here. Chelsea's up 2-0. Mudryk just scored on a breakaway. But if the government owns the BBC, then when the government goes whichever way they go, whichever party is in control, then that's probably how they're going to handle that, right? Anything that goes in. So, and
they have a chairman. They have a chairman who's very conservative, and that's what I was going to say earlier. They're really a bunch of hypocrites, really, because the chairman donated £400,000 to the Conservative Party, and not only that, he helped arrange a secret. It's not so secret anymore, but at the time it was a secret £800,000 loan for Boris Johnson a few years ago. That's the chairman of the BBC for you. But apparently Gary Lineker can't voice any political opinions. So it's all a bit hypocritical, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, if he gave £400,000, then maybe he could say whatever he wants.
What?
Or if he gives 400
exactly. Well, that's it. But that to me, that's being pretty political. As a chairman, you're basically backing a party and helping a prime minister. So if that's not political bias or political,
you don't understand how this thing works, Sam. You're like looking at it from the sensical part. This is nonsense. What they're talking. This is not making any sense. You're trying to be all smart and stuff. This is not smart. If it was smart, it would have done things the right way. What else have we got here? We need to look at the worst parts of history to ensure that it's not. Hey, I hear you, Cheddars, but they keep doing the same things. So they're obviously not looking at the past and going, "We won't do that again," because they're just doing it again anyways. Rodrigo should have scored. He had a terrible touch in the box. And it just went out of bounds. Who's watching Mario Brothers? I
will do when that comes out. It's a movie, Super Mario Brothers. Oh. Yeah, but they've decided to animate it.
I've got some other good news, Tom. You're going to love this.
I like good news.
I read just recently that it's been greenlit. They're gonna do Beetlejuice 2 with Michael Keaton.
Wow. That is
I can't wait for that.
I
can't wait for that. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite films. I mean, like top 10.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, but the way he plays Beetlejuice is just awesome. What a film that is, Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Wow, you know.
Yeah.
How many times have you said it? Is that twice?
Oh God.
Just
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Russ
Hey,
is
nice fucking model.
come on, Leeds. Come on, get one
All
more.
right,
Come
I think Chelsea's goal is going to go through this time. The Madrid goal got called back in Kovacic, I think is how you say his name.
Kovacic has scored, yeah.
Yeah.
Kovacic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's stop talking about football, because apparently when we talk about football, Brighton score, and then when we talk about the government and politics of Gary Lineker, Leeds score. So
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
Football needs to off.
And BX Gunner says Michael Keaton hasn't lost a beat, he'll kill it. Yeah, I think he'll be great in the new Beetlejuice. And he's also back as Batman, isn't he, in the Flash series or whatever it is?
Oh, they're going to have two Batmans, isn't it? Two Batman? Yeah. It's Sam's all right. He hasn't said anything bad about me yet. So I mean, he does, but it's not been colorful language around it yet. So I think I'm all right.
What I do think is important here that a lot of people don't like, similar to the comment I read out, is that people don't get the wider implication of what's actually happened. It's like, once you take away the fact that you don't like his comment, imagine if someone had said a comment you do like and then they was also banned for it, basically.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I think what's said isn't actually the point. There's a lot of free speech advocates who complain that people are getting banned for free speech, but then you'll find they're also the same people that are calling for Gary Lineker to get fired because he said something they don't like about the political party they do like.
Yep, no, you're right. There's a lot of bias there, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right, Tom. You see, that's where you got to draw the line. It's like free speech has to be free speech, and that's what I'm saying. You have to accept, as long as it's not a death threat, you have to accept what's being said, whether it hurts you or not. There's that old saying, sticks and stones, right? Sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. People just have to realize that if you hear something, you might get offended. You might get your feelings
You're right,
hurt.
Stefan. Sorry.
You might get your feelings hurt. That is just the way life is. You have to understand that people are sometimes going to say something you don't like. But the problem is the younger generations now, they just can't take it. They want what they want, right? It's the they won't take no for an answer, and they won't accept that things aren't the way they want them to be. So they're trying to take over everything and change everything.
That is true.
I am praying for a Leeds goal. Sorry if that offends any of the religious folk out there.
It offends me. I can't take that. I have to take that back, Tom.
You have to ban me from the BBC.
That's disgusting.
They were never going to employ me anyway because I'm not Jermaine Genius.
How can you say you want Leeds to score? That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say.
Yeah, sorry if I've offended the free Brighton fans out there. Sorry. They're getting ready to go to their bars, aren't they? Like,
as Stefan said, cancel Tom. You're done.
Cancel Tom ASAP.
You're done.
Hashtag cancel Tom.
Oh, come on. The ASAP was uncalled for. Cancel Stefan.
Should we mute him? For those who are in, I assume this is a rugby score.
Yeah, I've got England and France coming on now very soon. That'll be a good game.
You can't fire me because I quit.
Taib has joined us.
Big up, Taib. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah.
Stefan.
And they're calling for a penalty, but the referee's like, nope. Rodrigo almost drew a penalty there.
Hello, Gary. Hello, Sam.
Let's see what happens here. Rodrigo's in the box. He gets tackled in the box. I mean, there's some contact there. He goes right through him. I don't know why that wouldn't be a penalty. That is interesting. And he hurt himself in the process.
Of course he did.
No, I mean,
I'm
how did?
going to say something very controversial right now, and it's going to hurt a lot of feelings.
Oh no.
Okay.
Gary's like, oh no. I'm going to say it. Stefan. He's my internet wife. He's my internet wife. I know that makes a lot of you guys, other guys, jealous, but Stefan's my internet wife. He's there. He's there for me when I need him. It's just the way it is.
That's all right, Russ. You can cancel Tom, but then mysteriously the Leeds luchador will just take my place. And you can't cancel us both. You literally can cancel us both.
Yeah.
But
and Ray's joined us.
Really.
Ray, welcome to the show.
Big up, Ray. He's back again. He's in and out.
Hashtag cancel Tom. Everybody, retweet that. We want Tom out.
We're going to get that. We're going to get that going on Twitter now.
Tom must go. Yeah. A Palace result would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be nice.
Would be nice. We just need to do our job. We need to do our job, though. So, yeah.
Chris, you got. That's supposed to be a secret, Chris. Bloody hell.
I know this is a little cheesy here. I mean,
Stefan doesn't know about that. Stefan doesn't know about that.
Sam's spreading it all around. That guy's all over town.
That, Chris, you had to bloody let the cat out of the bag, didn't you? Bloody hell.
Now you're gonna have a fight in the chat room. No wonder you didn't return my call on Wednesday night.
Yeah. I was around Chris's.
Yeah.
We were up to page 27 in the Kama Sutra.
We're not gonna stop. We'll probably be here for a bit because I would like to be here long enough so that at the start of that what time is that game actually in 35 minutes? Is that what it is? It is 35 minutes. Oh boy. 45 minutes from now.
I like to read bedtime stories. The Kama Sutra is one of my favorites. Chris and I were up to page 27, just going over to page 28, but I dislocated my ankle.
I don't even want to ask.
I'm not a hussy, Stefan.
Wow.
I'm not a hussy. You love it. You love it, you slag.
All right. Because you guys keep asking for it. Bristol City beat Blackpool 2-0 at home. Birmingham City is up 2-0 on Rotherham United. Burnley is up 3-0 on Wigan, who had a red card, so that was early in the game. Coventry City drew 1-1 with Hull City, and Preston North End is up 1-0 on Cardiff City.
Rest easy now then.
Oh, you got some more here. Queen's Park Rangers up 1-0 on Watford. Reading
That's a big result in the Championship.
Yeah, Reading is losing at home to Millwall. Sheffield United at home is losing to Luton Town. Swansea City is down 1-3 to Middlesbrough. And West Bromwich Albion is up 1-0.
Albarian?
I don't know where I got that from. I just wanted to add some more syllables in there, I guess.
Come on, Leeds.
West Brom is up 1-0 on Huddersfield Town.
West Bromwich Albino.
So you got a free kick coming here from just outside the box for their got the whistle's a whistle there to hold that up. But free kick coming for Brighton here. They're inside. They're in the first minute of extra time. 3 more minutes left. I think Adams and Dunk are going at it. I like to see that. We should just go ahead and get Adams and say screw Leeds. Screw Leeds. Right, Sam?
Yes.
If you can go up against Dunk, then you play for Arsenal.
Yeah, no, Che Adams is not too bad.
Did I watch? I don't even know what this is. What is that?
United against Care. What the hell is that? Is that Wales?
Is that actually a team? I can't even see it. Is that League 2? Because it's not League 1.
Come on, Brentford as well. Come on, you fuckers.
Is that National League? Let's see.
Brentford never play well when I actually need them to.
How did Russ know that I am a maestro with the pink oboe?
Did you know?
I play in the London Field Pornographic Orchestra.
You know what? When I read that, I was like, is that what that means? Is that like, no, I don't even know why I
Can
put that
someone
up
do
there.
me a favour and find out the name of the manager that manages Motherwell, please? Just quickly, someone in comments.
His name is Max
Find out who manages Motherwell.
Is that actually a team?
He doesn't manage his mother well, but he does his dad pretty good.
What league is that in?
It's in Scottish Premier League.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't have that up here. So
is it just
manager?
a coincidence that the Welsh word for Wales is very, it's like nearly cum rag.
So Leicester City is down a man. Face.
I thought it was Simru.
Face Fayez.
Looks like cum rag.
There's a city in Yorkshire that's gone missing. Police are looking for leads.
Can you read the name that Riddy just wrote out? The second part.
Who, me?
Yeah, please.
This one?
Which one?
His surname. No, the Motherwell manager.
Stuart Kettlewell.
Yeah, it's fine. I just cleaned it. Thanks.
You guys are funny. Ponty. Breathe.
I can't believe that she checked.
Liverpool like Arsenal 6 years ago. Okay. Also, Tired Gunosaurus also had that. Looks like a draw for Leeds, huh? Yeah, it's 20 seconds left.
Not good enough. Not good enough.
He's not too
Only
happy.
A good result if Brentford
the Leeds manager is not too happy about whatever is going on here.
Who's the Leeds manager this week?
Well, it's the same guy as last week, right?
All right. But do you know Watford are on their third manager of the season?
Doesn't surprise me.
They sacked Slaven Bilic last week.
Yeah.
Slaven Bilic.
Yep. I sacked him.
Taib, I've always stood on the premise that I am Arsenal in, and I don't care who the manager is.
I can do it. Say that. I can do it.
Mr. Democrat here.
I'll do it. I'm Arsenal in.
You know what? No, you know why? Because if Arteta's not doing the job, I want him out. And also, I did not want to wait for Arteta to figure this thing out. So initially, I was Arteta out because I didn't want to wait for him to figure out how to manage the whole squad.
I couldn't.
It's a great result if Brentford scored.
This season is such a 180-degree turnaround contrast to last season. I just couldn't see it coming.
No,
I thought he had a quite poor season last season, Arteta, and all of a sudden this season he's turned it completely around.
Yeah. No, he's done pretty well. I mean, he's still not a full-fledged, proper manager at this point.
No, but he's doing well for himself, isn't he?
But he's learning on the job, as we keep saying, right? So, as I say, I'm Arsenal in because I don't necessarily care about the manager. Let's say whether I'm in or out on him, but if he's not good for Arsenal, then he needs to go.
Yeah.
And he wasn't good for the first 2 years. They wanted us to actually live through that. That's what they wanted. I didn't want to.
Who wasn't good for the first 2 years?
No, he wasn't good. He had
Arteta.
Yeah.
Who won?
Arteta.
What, the same Arteta won the FA Cup in the first 5 months?
Yeah, but you know what? That's not the way he wanted to play. Because as soon as he got his opportunity to play a certain way, he said, you know what? I am not going to look at the players I have and play to their strengths. I'm going to figure out what I can do well, and they're going to have to fit to what I can coach to. And that's why we looked so poor. Because he didn't have the players. He's asking them to do things they can't do. Whereas a proper manager will take what he has, work with it until he gets his own players in. And that's a fact, Jack.
Yep.
If you look at where we are right now, he still won't play players because they don't fit his mold. Right now, he's been in this is his 4th year, and he still won't play players unless they fit a certain criteria.
He's got mostly his players now, though. So,
but he won't play holding unless the game's over. He won't play holding unless the game's over.
No, that's true.
I don't care about Holding. Come on, Brentford. Come on, Brentford.
Get her done. Get her done, Brentford. Get her done.
So Brentford, is that on Peacock? Because I am. Let's see. Brentford. Here we go. I'm gonna put that up there. Come on. Oh man, I got to log in again. All right. So let's see what's going on here. You gonna? All right. What else we got here? Yep. Leeds drew 1-1. They've moved up. They got an extra point, but they don't. But
We've actually moved backwards.
You moved back? No, I mean
Because
but you gained a point. At one point, you were at 22 points, but because of goal difference.
Yeah, but Everton and Bournemouth winning has put us in a perilous position. Which means that basically Brentford and Liverpool are on my shit list.
Everton win, they go above Leicester. Huh. Wow. You know what? If
because Everton play Chelsea soon, and you know Chelsea are going to let them win, like it did last year for Frank.
Yeah. Gary with splinters. Gary with splinters. Ray, stop it. Ray's been Arteta in since day one because he's like a relative or something. Arteta in, Arteta out, and shake it all about.
Oh, he was backing Arteta when it made no sense. we had some lovely arguments on the Arsenal fan circle. I remember that.
Yeah, well, you waited 19 years with no league title. Yeah, you know what? Personally, I didn't wait 19 years because I missed out on a lot of football because as I've told many of you, I didn't really do much of my Arsenal fandom until like 2012, just because it was hard to watch and follow for me, anyways. I know there were ways to do it, but I wasn't that diehard yet. So
I agree with Ray.
But I did almost get one. Everton are they winning?
Of course they are.
They are winning right now.
They're the worst team that always fluke their way out of trouble.
You guys with these splinters. So Sam, you're Arteta in or out?
I hate him. I want him gone.
So there you go. You got it.
No, I think he's doing a great job. I think he's doing a great job. I want him to continue. Definitely.
Yeah. I tell you Arsenal in, you say you don't like that, but then I say, you know what? Whatever's good for Arsenal, I want that. So if that means Arteta in, I don't care. I'm Arsenal first. It's not that he wasn't good. It was the fact he had to clear house, having an environment that's toxic will allow for any real success. You know what? I don't know. You guys, if you agree on this one, if Arteta was a seasoned manager with some respect in the coaching ranks, would he have been able to get his plan across to most of the team when he first came in?
Maybe he could have done a bit better.
Well, it's just too much history bollocks. Everton have got to survive their Premier League institution. They're fucking being mediocre and spending loads of money to do it. I don't understand the love for Everton.
Well, I just think the other club they've never been relegated or something, isn't it?
Yeah, the game's over here. So Everton does win it.
40 million for a paedophile. And everyone's
those views are not condoned by the show.
I didn't even hear. You know what? All that kind of talk gets filtered out on my side. I don't hear it. It just comes out. Wah, 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 wah. That's what I hear when talk. It's like a censor. It's censored for those kind of comments. So I don't even hear it anymore. What'd you say, Mr. Tom?
Where's Sigurdsson? They paid 40 million for him, and he's just disappeared. Disappeared off face of the earth. House arrest, probably. No, I don't know. Like, but then everyone's sitting there going, Everton, they're an institution, and Premier League wouldn't be the same without them. Fuck them.
I'm sure they shipped him off somewhere to some weird club somewhere.
Yeah, some prison team, probably.
Yeah. So all the games are final right now. So Bournemouth wins at home to Liverpool. Everton wins at home to Brentford. Leeds and Brighton draw at 2-2. Leicester City loses at home to Chelsea
Chris is
3-1.
calling.
What are we going on here? Should I be? I'm ignoring this stuff. I don't know.
I'm sorry, it's very good. I'm sorry.
There you go.
That's so. Oh God, that's so far past the line. You can't even see the line. The line's a dot. Oh God.
Oh, is that what it is? Sam was what you were talking about? Sam.
40 million for me.
Did you guys
What is Snow White's
you
favourite
guys
drink?
understand this question?
More.
Well, with Rohypnol by the sounds of the storyline.
Huh? What? Talking about now?
Well, they say that she bites into an apple, but you know that's got Rohypnol written all over it. You know it. You know it. You know it's true. You know it's true.
Prince Charming's a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah. Gary, your channel's going to be taken down soon, mate.
What do we do?
It's
What do we say?
pesos, you fool. Pesos, you fool.
I knew Chris was a bit of a, you know. I knew he was a bit dyslexic. I knew
Bit of a rogue.
He
did say that Liverpool lifted the trophy on his birthday in a couple of comments ago. And the thought that actually entered my head was, so they played Chelsea on the day that they lifted the trophy. I remember because it was actually the same night that Leeds lifted the trophy of the EFL Championship. And basically that tells me that on that day, Chris Nicks bet on Chelsea. Essentially. Because he bets against his own team. So he would have been it'd have been conflicted because I think the game finished like 5-5 or something. I can't remember exactly. So he's probably, lifted the trophy, but I lost money because I bet against my team.
Yeah, that is just not, I don't know, that's just not right. That is just not right.
Cancel him.
And so the bottom of the table.
Uncancel him for the Sam comment. So level again.
Right.
Just pesos. You got it wrong. You just can't write. The guy's he left school at 8, Chris. You can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Right. Okay. So Everton have officially beat Brentford 1-0. But I don't know.
Yeah, Brighton. Brighton had an opportunity to draw with Newcastle on points today. So, but they still have 2 games in hand, so they can still make it in the top 5. So,
Beautiful. Our next 2 league games are away at Wolves and away at Arsenal. Happy days. We're so fucked.
So Australia 480. Is this
cricket?
Is India going to catch them?
Cricket. Let's see how it's going with England.
Seven up or anyone? Yeah, that, you know what? That's kind of like really disappointing, right? You go through, you score 7 goals and then you turn around and
It's 7 up the amount of miles into space that Salah's penalty went.
I heard they said for it to make the hit at that angle, it's really special. It's a real special skill to be able to hit the ball like that. So,
bloody hell, France are 10 it up already after 18 minutes. Terrible, c'est terrible.
6 Nations.
7 Up is Snow White's favourite drink. Yeah, that's a pretty good one, to be honest.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's just India lead the series 2-1.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Not that any of us give a fuck.
Hey! We let everybody in, Sam. Everybody gets in the door. You're in this door. You actually walked through the door.
That's true. That's true. I hold my hands up. I'm in the door.
Everybody gets in, man. Let them come in and enjoy
I'm in the
themselves.
door, crawling around the floor. Yeah.
Is this the rugby score? Who is France playing?
It's
England?
10. It's 10-0 so far after 18 minutes to France against England, which means England aren't doing very well.
Can you actually score that fast? Is it really?
It's rugby's not that dissimilar from American football in terms of its scoring.
Now,
Is it the most shocking thing that Barcelona are being done for corruption?
Nope.
They're not going to get. They're not going to get punished, right?
Nothing's going to happen.
Of course they're not. So. But I'm waiting for these corruption charges to appear in England when you find out that the Big Six have basically been doing what I think they've been doing for the last 20 years.
Wait. What has this Big Six been doing that you think is going to happen?
Making sure that they stay the Big Six.
But West Ham,
because they did not like that Newcastle. Like they were like, no, you don't fucking let Newcastle in, have that fucking takeover. You fucking Newcastle have that takeover. Oh, you fucking no, we ain't fucking having that. That's gonna come out.
That doesn't make any sense. One, because City's in. So if this Big Six that you talk about had a problem with it, then why is the City in the Big Six still? Why aren't they getting kicked out?
I love how there's Arsenal fans like there's an agenda against Arsenal. It's like, no, you're part of the Big Six. There's no way it's against Arsenal. You're part of it. You get the favouritism over the other 14.
We did not get the favoritism. That's why they could say stuff.
Leeds should have beat you, but the goal was chalked off. It probably shouldn't have been. Yeah, all right. Bamford's a fucking moron, missed a penalty, but I mean, obviously, he had to give
back to that game
because it was too Stonewall.
You're still going. You're still going back to that.
Going back to that game. Back to that game.
You're still going back to that game.
You still got things that happened last year.
You're going back. Why are you going back to that game?
Because it was a travesty. It was a miscarriage of justice.
Well, your team is
Gabriel being knocked over by Patrick Bamford like he was a paperweight.
I want your team to be really good, but they keep showing me they don't want to do that. Keep upsetting me. And stuff on with Scottish League. Rangers got it done. And they not only still cheat by getting a penalty every match, but they are still a mile behind Celtic. Huh. So it sounds like cheating isn't helping there.
Again, though, VAR is referees are not robots.
Yeah.
They see things differently.
And this it's
consistency is actually impossible.
At least Tom is one of seemingly a few people who fucking understand that.
Oh, so Ray's got here. So Liverpool got one for our penalty.
And you still won.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing how we still won that. Fucking hell.
Let's see. This Barker charge is a joke. They were leaking pictures of refs getting gifts ages ago. So there you go.
Probably not a mite about it, Gunnosaurus.
Yeah.
Gunnosaurus, it must be so tired.
Tired Gunnosaurus.
Is he getting shagged by the Brentford B all the time? What's going on? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. So here we go. Russ has told you we get all the decisions, all of them.
Russ, you know what, Russ? I'm so glad you don't work in a court. You're a solicitor or a lawyer. I would definitely not hire you. Definitely, because you just got no.
I bet he hated.
You got no.
I bet he hated VAR when.
He just has no clue about what evidence is, what actual proper objective evidence is. Oh my God. Russ, mate, I'm so glad you don't work in law. Russ will be like, I'll be like, okay, prove that. Oh, that's because I saw it on TV last week. Oh, that's it. Case closed.
So I think
Well,
this
my
is
5 penalties we should have had in the game we won anyway.
City fan has joined us here. Dorito chips for you. All right.
A bit random, isn't it?
Well, the first comments were City were going to win this comp. I guess this
He
competition.
needed something to do while he's waiting for the Crystal Palace match to start. So.
Oh, so you
That's
just hang out with us.
I like it. They go out of business pretty quickly.
All because of the Suns.
It's so great. You and Russ have that kind of relationship.
I love Russ. He's great. He's great. He's not very good at understanding certain things. That's it. I don't understand other things, so it's all,
the thing I find, I tell you a sentence I find funny. It was spoken on the stoop yesterday, and I find it absurd as a sentence. When people go, the referees nowadays are worse than ever. They're not. They're not. They're actually the peak they've ever been in the history of football because of the device that helps them get the decisions more correct than ever. Now, I'm not saying that goes well, but the reality is 20 years ago, we were all sitting here going, the referee, not sitting here, you know what I mean, sitting there going, refereeing's terrible. We need technology. 30 years ago, there needs to be some kind of technology. 40 years ago, refereeing is terrible.
First of all, I'm just going to bring up two things. First of all, if we got rid of VAR, right, and we went back to, and we could see things are blatantly wrong, and and that won't ever.
You'd want it back in a week.
Well, people will be outraged. Oh, bring back VAR, because we can see all the things that wouldn't, need to be rectified that don't get rectified. And then the second point is, I shared a video. Russ very conveniently didn't answer on WhatsApp. Very, very conveniently didn't answer to that post that I sent to him. Message.
He must have accidentally clicked on it, but didn't realise he had.
But I think it was about a 5-minute clip or 7-minute clip of we played Manchester United in 1998. It was that game when Roy Keane and Vieira really went at each other. It was a pretty rough game. I can't remember if it was at Highbury or Old Trafford, but it doesn't matter. It was a rough game, and David Ellery was the referee. And there were so many tough, rough tackles in that game. I mean, real tough, rough stuff that today we'd all be screaming, oh, it's a red or it's at least a yellow. David Ellery didn't even blow the whistle. He didn't even blow the whistle. Because back then, the game, they let them play a bit harder than that back then. It was a harder game. And, now it's just like all a bunch of snowflakes. It's like, oh, you lift your leg in the air, it's a red card. It's, oh, he touched the ball, it's a red card. It's terrible how bad we've got with all this, how weak we've got. Football's a contact sport. It's a contact sport. They still follow the rules. But yeah, anyways, I just want to say it was funny to look back at that game in 1998 because there was so much rough play in that game. And David Ellery, the referee, didn't even blow the whistle. Just shows you how far we've got with all this.
And that's the whole thing, right? It's every sport, it went from being about the athleticism and the skills of the athletes and the unique abilities of certain athletes, because most athletes are mutants anyways. I say mutants because either they're taller than you, bigger, faster, stronger. All those things aren't normal. And it went from being that to like, well, we need to make it, as they say, entertainment now. So the only way to make it entertainment is to make sure you get the same quality all the time. And the only way you can guarantee that is if you change the rules and make it easy for them to be able to make the games competitive. All right.
And like I said, if we incorporated my idea where we just basically go out and just get the best referees from around the world, the referees have the best objective scores and objective results and have the best reputations. We just go out and get the 10 or 12 or 15 or whatever it is, best referees from all around the world, and we bring them in, right? And we tell them we want consistency, and right? I guarantee you, they're still going to fucking make mistakes, and they're going to do things that aren't consistent. because they're human beings. I guarantee it. But what was
Yep.
Ross Moore going to say
Yep.
then? Oh, no, it's a fucking global Bill Gates conspiracy or something it's going to be then, isn't it?
What are you then going to do? Get the next 20 best refs. What are you going to do? You're going to get robots. You're going to build a referee robot.
As I've always
that
said,
will always remember every decision it ever made and the consistency behind it.
Yeah. As I've always said, and I sound like a broken record when I say it. I want them to correct the mistakes. I don't want them to perfect the game. Right? Like there's no the referee should just referee the game the way they're supposed to. And if they make a mistake, then we can correct it. But not I'm not going to put my hand up because guess what? I could be wrong. Screw it. Right? If you keep your flag down and it's considered it's offsides and it gets called, great. But if you put your flag up, it's offsides. Whistle's blown, game is done, we go the other way, right? I just correct mistakes, that's all. Not perfect the game and make it perfect where you can catch it. They don't catch everything anyway. So what's the point? So
let me ask
correct mistakes. That's all. Correct mistakes. That's all. Let the referees actually earn their pay. Earn their pay. You make the call, right? So, Mr. Tom left us. Let's see if he's coming back.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a connection issue there.
We lost Mr. Tom, but the dungeon is there.
Take care of the visitors, I think. There he is. Sounds like they're out of control there. But anyway, I want to ask you guys a question. I also want to ask everyone in the chat a question. And I'd like to see Russ's answer to this as well, even though he knows it's going to be fucking disingenuous. But I want to ask, have you ever seen a game in your, and I'm talking serious now, and I'm not just saying pick one off of the back of your head. I mean, have you ever watched a football game in your life? I'm talking about professional Premier League football game now, where the referee hasn't made some kind of mistake, where a foul that should have been called wasn't called, or vice versa. You know, a foul that wasn't called should have been called, or was called that should have been called. A yellow card that shouldn't have been a yellow card. Maybe a second yellow card that wasn't given. Have you ever watched a game in your life where the referee got everything right? If you say yes to that, you're a liar. You're an absolute liar, because you've never ever, I guarantee none of you have ever seen a game, not even
fucking
one,
kids,
in your life where the referee has got absolutely everything right. It's never happened. And when you think about that, and you start thinking about conspiracy theories and fucking agendas and all this shit, it's got nothing to do with that. It's like I say, it's human beings, human error, not consistent, not doing a great job, and unfortunately, some of them are really bad.
Yeah.
And just because you get a hundred,
but you know what it's like? It's like when you're speeding down the highway. Everybody speeds, right? But some people get pulled over for speeding.
Yeah, can you honestly say that you don't break the speed limit? If you're going to say that, you're a liar. You're a fucking liar.
And not everybody gets a ticket. So the one time you do get a ticket isn't a conspiracy. It's just the way things are, though. But
it happens to me. That sheriff, he hates me. He lets everyone else go. But no, he doesn't. He gives everyone a fucking ticket.
They want
and
to move
just
on.
because,
yeah,
and just because you get 100 likes on your tweet about an agenda against Arsenal doesn't mean you're
it's true.
right. Because lots of people also voted for Hitler, and we know how that went.
Oh, you're invoking Hitler. That's terrible.
Yeah, I know. You just went there. You're going to get muted. You're on timeout for 5 minutes.
Reprehensible, young man.
Yeah. Can Palace win today? They can, but will they? Ugh, I'm not betting my house on it for sure.
Sad day.
I'll tell you what, Stefan's right. I've been on my soapbox today, haven't I? I really have. It's just I try and explain these things, but they just never get through, do they? You know, they just don't.
Because it's easier to believe the delusion.
Hey, but Sam, you started out today talking about who you didn't get back in 1995, and then the next thing you know, you're on a soapbox talking about proper things. I don't know where to go with this. how much? I can't follow you.
I'll tell you what, though, Salma Hayek in 1995, about that time, bellissimo. Oh, lovely. It's not like Russ's Salam Hayek, the sausage maker. You don't want anything to do with him.
It's funny you say that, Sam. I actually typing that in to Google. There's actually a remarkably, alarmingly high amount of people that have also spelt her name.
Yep, a lot of obviously a lot of dyslexics out there. Yep.
Yeah. Anybody think Crystal Palace has a chance to perform an upset today?
Yeah, because you never know with City, right? But I can't see it today, to be honest. I just can't see it. I think City are going to be too good for them, but I hope not.
Yeah. I mean, once again, we don't really need anybody to do anything for us. We just need to do everything for ourselves. That's why if Arteta's going to play this game where he's going to go strong every game, then the players need to play like this is the last time they're going to play football, right? This is a final. Get the win, because eventually you run out of games and it doesn't matter what you do. But we need to get this win. Ray's confident. Ray's confident. Yeah. Okay, so here you go, Sam. I'm going to tee you up.
What's he on about now?
It has. It has,
though. Statistically, it has. You see, Russ, let me tell you something. I'm gonna explain something very simply when it comes to science, okay? Let me tell you
science.
Let me tell you what a sample size is, okay? If you're going to try and create a hypothesis and you want to prove your hypothesis, you need a sizable sample size. You can't just take one thing you saw last weekend or 5 things you've seen this season. You actually have to take a proper sample size, right? And the statistic, they've already looked at this, and VAR has considerably, correctly corrected a lot of decisions. What was that? What are you looking at, Gary?
I was seeing if anything's happening. You know what I was doing? I was actually looking to see if Jesus was in the lineup today. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Promise.
Gary, my.
And then I looked and I said, "Wait a second, we don't play till tomorrow. I'm gonna miss the game on top of that." So,
I'm thinking, wait, has the lineup come out? It's like, wait, you playing tomorrow? Why would the lineup be out now?
Because somebody actually posted a message: "Is Jesus gonna play?" Right? And I'm like, "Let me just check and see." Guess what? He's not playing today. So no, he's not on the bench today. You know what, Jesus? You know what? If Jesus is on the game for the Crystal Palace match, then you know what's interesting? How comes every game we're playing is one right after City? Like this, we played Bournemouth. We're playing like it seems like every once in a while we're playing the teams right after them. They played Crystal Palace. We're playing Crystal Palace next week. I think they played.
Right? Yeah, that's not an agenda because you played Thursday and you can't play 48 hours.
I didn't say it was consistently the same. I said it seems like we've been playing. Like we can go back and look a game or two back and see City has just played them.
I think it means that we play the same team City just played the game after.
Right. I apologise then.
Did I say it wrong? Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't. I thought what I thought you meant was, which I know is not the case. I thought you were saying, why are we always playing after City? In City play a match and then you play a match. But no, I've misheard what you said. And again, I apologise.
Okay.
He's so Man City, did they play Fulham recently?
Yeah, they played Fulham, and I think we played them like a game or two after that. Because I think they beat somebody 4-0, and we struggled against them, if I recall. And I think that was.
This evidence sounds very flimsy.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this. I saw this comment, and then I started looking around to see if he was in the lineup. So yeah, you guys are. You know what? Jesus shouldn't be on. He should be on the bench for the Crystal Palace match. Just to get a feel of being in a game situation. That's all.
He just randomly shows up with this. Can I sit on this bench and be with you?
How the fuck are we below Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Hey, we did all we could to get Bournemouth down, further down the table. We did our job.
But Liverpool, who just beat United 7-0, they go to Bournemouth and they can't even score a goal.
Yeah. You know what? And that's why these next 12 matches, is it 13? 12 matches? Is it 12? I think it's 12, right?
How many we played?
I think is it 12 or is it
we've got 12.
They were honestly warming up to get murdered in Madrid on Tuesday.
Tired Gunnosaurus. 3-0 Arsenal tomorrow, 8-0 Southampton tomorrow. Yeah. No, tomorrow, talking about really asked us about predictions for tomorrow. I think we'll win. I'm just worried about the way we're leaking goals, though. I mean, we've been giving away 2 goals every game now for like 3-4 games.
Yeah.
We just can't keep doing that. We just can't keep. Tomorrow. We're gonna have to try and keep a clean fucking sheet.
Yep.
But I do think we'll win. I think we'll be too strong for them. So I'm hoping for like a 3-1 win. To be honest, that's what I'd like to see.
Yep. Yeah, it's and I hear all this when we rotate. Then you know what? That's why we give away these goals, and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think it's because we rotate. It's not rotating players.
Yeah, personal mistakes. We make a lot. A lot of the goals are personal mistakes. Some of them are well crafted goals that we don't do well enough. But some of the goals, actually, a lot of the goals we give away are personal mistakes. That's what we've got to stop.
I mean, as much as I didn't like it, that Bournemouth goal, the first one, as much as it might have been a mistake because we were outnumbered on that side of the pitch, they basically took advantage of, the way we were lined up and just, that's what's going to happen, right? You're chasing the ball. But the second goal definitely was a mistake on our part for me. No, I agree. I mean, I don't want us to make it. I don't want it to be a tight match tomorrow. I would like to go into halftime thinking, you know what, he can sub people to make to close out the game and give somebody a rest that he wouldn't have given a rest.
That's smashed in the head here.
I know what is going on. It's like wrestling.
WrestleMania there.
I mean, he's coming off the top rope, or is it construction? I don't know which one. Are they doing work on the house there, the dungeon? Is that getting you redoing the dungeon, adding some more rooms, some more torture tools and all that? He's muted because we can't hear all the banging that's going on. Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
fucking kids.
Whose are they? They're your brothers.
Yeah.
Don't you have an apparatus in
the
dungeon that keeps them in place so they can't move?
I know what his brother's like. His brother's like, I'll just go around Tom's and I'll fuck off down the pub.
At times like this, I wish they'd used a condom twice.
You said that out loud.
Yeah, that's his opinion.
That's what I tend to do, yeah.
2-1 win. You know what? I'll take a 2-1 win if we're up 2 at halftime. All right? And we're in control like we were against who was it that we just beat 1-0? Leicester City. The Leicester City match, we were up 1-0 and it never looked like they were going to score. We need another one of those. Because then when we play home to Sporting, I want that to be the same. See, come on, Sam. We just need to look at VAR decisions against Arsenal and get the stats from that.
that's Russ stats right there.
So everybody's thinking 2-1 here. Another 2-1 here. We need We need our key midfield. Yeah, I think Partey. You know what? Always personally, you have Partey there. That basically is, as I like to say, that quiets down all of the noise, right? All of the like craziness that goes on. When he's having a good day, everything just slows down. We maintain our control and then we move on. Yep, set pieces would be nice. Set pieces
Yeah,
would be nice.
we're struggling. Like we seem, yeah, that's the zonal marking we're doing is not working very well.
Yeah, especially when they don't switch off. If you don't switch off on zonal market, and it's easy to to attack it, right?
Well, it's easy to attack zonal marking, yeah. And if you're not, like you say, if you're not switched on, and also you got to communicate because
Yep.
when they're moving around, you got to tell someone, oh, he's going there, he's going there. You got him, you got him. You got to talk to each other, and if you don't, that's when you get the confusion. All of a sudden, you got someone by themselves, and that's what's happening a lot lately with us. It's the zonal market is not working very well. But I'm trying to remember back to when we were really good at set pieces. Was it last season or? Yeah, there's last season we were really good at defending set pieces. We didn't let in like one set piece
until like late in the season.
I think we did really well, and I'm trying to think. I don't think we did zonal marking. I think we did man-to-man marking, and I just don't know why we would go away from that. It's strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Trossard is definitely out until he's out through international break. Because of that.
Yeah, he's out for another couple
Eddie's
of weeks.
50-50 right now, I think.
I'm surprised you're still top of the table without Eddie, to be honest.
Eddie who? Sam, who's Eddie?
His name is
Eddie. His name is Nketiah.
What have you done for me lately, Eddie? Is Eddie?
I want half.
Eddie the Eagle.
Half
Eddie the Eagle, basically. Eddie the Eagle.
I want what's coming to me. I want half. Those days. You can't even have an Eddie Murphy anymore, man. Think about it. You can't have an Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor.
No, none of them would be able to.
Andrew Dice Clay. You can't have a.
I watched some of Delirious.
Andrew Dice Clay was cancelled a long time ago.
Oh, Dice Clay was even controversial back in the day when he shouldn't be controversial.
True. What is it? They're aristocrats. Imagine you can't have the aristocrats right now.
Oh my god, that would just imagine the snowflakes hearing the aristocrats. Oh my god, they would commit suicide.
What?
They just commit suicide. They just jump out the closest balcony.
This game is not looking so good for Crystal Palace. That team in yellow is basically in the attacking third for most of that first minute there. So, what's tie them up? Tom is what Russ says.
Yeah.
Is that the sign of that team getting battered?
Sounded like there was a lot of violence going on in the background there.
The kids are happy with the point. There you go.
Doing their little.
I don't support Leeds.
I don't know what this means, but I assume this is a bad thing.
I don't hate them that much.
Oh, cellar restoration.
Don't Google.
I'm not gonna Google it. I can only assume it's something I shouldn't see. My virgin eyes cannot handle it.
On my game of Football Manager, I swear this is true. Leeds got relegated after 2 seasons, I believe it was. I'm not Leeds in the game. I'm managing in Northern Ireland. Leeds got relegated in like the 2nd or 3rd season, failed to get promoted, because of course they did. Jesse Marsh was long sacked before that point, but their current manager is Patrick Vieira.
Wow.
Patrick Vieira manages Leeds on my Football Manager game.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. Kyrior, I don't know what you guys think. I actually thought he did okay.
To be honest. I thought he did okay. He wasn't great, but I thought he did okay. And I don't think it was his fault for the goal because I thought Matt Turner called for it.
Yep. Well, there's no reason. Like, I would like to, as I've said to many people, at some point right after that goal goes through, somebody should be pissed.
What do you want?
Either Carrier or Turner. One of the two should be pissed. Think about it. You're a goalkeeper, right? If one of your defenders ducks like that, are you happy?
Well, if I'm calling for it, then yeah, I would like for him to get out of the way, definitely, because that helps me.
But if you don't go get it, should he be pissed off at you?
But if I don't go get it, then I'm not doing my job. Then I am failing. I am the failure, and the defender has every right to be mad at me.
Nobody looked like they were upset with anybody, which I find
Kiwior
weird.
just might not have that type of. He might not have it in him because Matt Turner, he's the second goal. He should do, but maybe they just don't have it in him. But anyway, for me, that mistake was really down to Matt Turner, to be honest. I don't want to really blame Kiwior for that one. I thought Kiwior had a decent game. Not brilliant, but decent. And he's going to get better. He's only going to get better. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. But I said if that was Gabriel Margules and that happened, I think he would be talking to Ramsdale about what are you doing? Because he could have easily cleared that. And if he didn't clear it, it would have chipped off the top of his head, and that wouldn't have been a clean look, anyways.
Exactly. We don't. But maybe they talked about it after the game or a half time or whatever. Because I can't remember if it was the first or the second goal they got. Now I can't remember, but maybe they did talk about it. But just not there on the field. So
yeah. Well, but you see when they make mistakes, Ramsdale went over and grabbed Margules when he made that back pass. It was terrible.
Yeah.
So that's what I was expecting. Something like that. At least,
I know.
What did we do wrong here, or did I do something? Like if it was Turner should say to DWTT, "My bad. I'm going to do better next time to communicate this whole situation." Because somebody need to stand up in this situation and take.
Yeah, I know, but they're obviously too nice at the moment, aren't they? They're backups, both of them. They're too nice, right? They're not really taking that sort of alpha mentality to do that. But yeah, they should. You're right, they should, but they didn't. They didn't do that. But yeah.
No, I think
that's down to Matt Turner. That's Matt Turner's fault. Matt Turner calls for that ball. He should be getting it, and the defender then, when Matt Turner calls for the ball, the defender's getting out of the way. That's no longer his fault.
Yeah. I think Carrier should have played already by now. Like
he's had to get a bit acclimatized.
Forced to play him, but I think he should have been already part of. He should have already had some minutes by now. Because I would
definitely say bring him on instead of Rob Holding at the end of games and stuff like that. Probably, definitely do that.
Yeah.
Definitely do that.
Yeah. No, so I mean, I expect to see him, and the next time we need to bring in a center back, he hopefully comes in. So Vieira will be the next team to go.
Next manager, he means next manager to go.
Did I say the next?
I can't believe Rodgers is still there. I mean, Rodgers had another shit game today. I just can't believe that guy just keeps his job.
He keeps winning just enough to.
Oh, I can tell you why. No, I can tell you why. It's because they don't want to pay to sack him.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
They won't renew his contract, though. I can almost guarantee they will not renew that man's contract.
No.
To be fair to them, they're probably, right, although it's really tight at the bottom of the table, right? Like, 12th, realistically, 12th downwards can get relegated. But at the same time, Leicester are probably looking at it. They're a point off of the bottom three. They're not going to even think about sacking him unless they actually fall into the bottom three.
Yeah. It's going to have to get really bad, really bad. I mean, really, when you look at Leicester, the club they are, where they should be, where they've been in recent years, they should be a lot higher up the table. And they're not doing a good job at all. The manager's not doing a good job. Like you say, Tom, it must be down to them not wanting to pay his huge severance fee. That's what it's going to be down to.
Because in their mind, right, they're probably thinking, if we sack him and then we still go down, we've paid out twice.
Yeah.
The only thing I disagree with there is the talking like they shouldn't be where they are and stuff like that. What I think people forget they had a good season, or, sorry, not a good season, an amazing season where they won the Premier League. But people forget the season before they should have been relegated, and they wasn't, and they obviously pushed on from that. But then they had 2 seasons where they should have got their title defence was shit, like one of the worst.
They went straight down, didn't they?
Then they had no, they just like mid-table.
No, I think
the
next couple of years, if you recall, they always were like challenging for top 4, and then just within like whatever 5 to 10 matches left in the game, they would just always start to drop out, and you're like, how in the world did they drop out of the top 4 or the top 6 or whatever?
I thought they went straight down. I remember.
No. Oh. Blackburn went down 4 years after they won the title, but Leicester. What I think like people forget with Leicester is Leicester at the moment are where they truly should be. Like what they've historically been is a team slugging it out in the bottom reaches of the Premier League. Now, Leicester fans are not going to be happy with that, but the truth is, yeah, you had your chance to not be that team. You fucked it up when you lost to Tottenham on the final day, and the year before when you lost to Man United on the final day, when you should have beat both.
I can understand where you're coming from, Tom, but in recent seasons, Leicester, like you say, they won it in 2016. They won the league, which was a complete fluke, really. They just had an optimal season. But they've also had seasons where they've been, quite high up the table. They pushed quite high up the table. They were good performances. That's why I was thinking, they really shouldn't be down there in a relegation battle. They should probably be top half of the table. I'm not saying anywhere close to like necessarily like.
No, you're right. You're right in that they should be in these places.
European spots, not necessarily European spots, but I would say top half of the table.
But they keep falling short of these lofty heights, and then they're falling short of the next slightly less lofty height, and they're just going backwards, back to where they've always been. Is more.
But a lot has happened since when they had that terrible accident where they lost their owner and chairman, who was putting in a lot of money in the club. When they lost him, a lot changed. After that, they've stopped putting most of the money that was going into the club stopped. So they've had a huge lack of investment since that happened, and a lot. I think a lot has changed.
On like a training ground.
Pardon?
I think they built a completely new training ground.
Yeah, but that was already. I think that was already
Premier League money.
That was already. I think that was already planned, and if like I said, they might probably use the Premier League money for that. But I'm talking about the owner's investment. It's stopped. It's virtually stopped since the owner and chairman died, unfortunately, in that terrible helicopter accident. Was it the son who took over?
Yeah, but I think that money went down to his family, though, didn't it?
Yeah, I think his son took over, and his son's not putting any money into it. They're just like putting in what's necessary. You can see in the transfer market they're doing next to nothing. They're just loaning and getting little bits here and there. It's so that's not helping them either. To be honest, there's no ambition anymore. When they had the chairman, then they had their owner and chairman they used to have. There was at least some ambition there, but now with the son taking over and the new board and everything, there doesn't seem to be much ambition there at all.
I think they've had to stop spending because of FFP, because they were buying in like Tillmans. Obviously, Vardy got a massive contract, and I know they got big transfer fees, but they're not historically a club which has got a massive, fantastical support, and they don't have money coming in hand over fist from things outside of transfer revenue and the TV deal. So I believe they are regressing back to where they generally should be as a club. But obviously for them, that ain't good enough.
What happened to Martin? What happened to Martin O'Neill? Remember, he used to manage them in the 90s when they came into the Premier League. They had some good seasons with Martin O'Neill as the manager. What happened to him? Is he still managing now?
No, I think he's doing TV work.
Yeah.
Well, I know he ended up taking. I think he was Celtic manager, and I think he was Nottingham Forest manager, because people don't realise he played for Nottingham Forest when they won the Champions League or European Cup. because there's this funny clip on YouTube. You can see.
Yeah, any guys think they're gonna hit relegation? What's crazy is there's 6 teams basically within 3 points of relegation. So it's gonna be. I mean, I assume Southampton is done, but the other 6 teams above them have a chance of all getting relegated. I mean, from Forest, Everton, Leicester, Bournemouth, West Ham, and Leeds, they all are either in or one loss away from being there. Oh, we keep losing Mr. Tom, and now he's back again.
Yeah, sorry. I'm saying Martin O'Neill's next to Cannavaro and Vieira, and they're sitting there talking about their title wins, and he just turns around to them and goes, "Yeah, but how many European Cups have you won?" And they both sat there dead silent. He went, "I won one of these in 1979 or whatever it was."
Yeah.
And they both sat, and the host of the show was just sitting there. It was one of these things where the host was insulting Martin O'Neill, but then Martin O'Neill turned around to the other two and basically went, "So what have you two won?" And then they've won the World Cup, like Serie A, the Premier League. He was like, "Not won Champions League though, have you?" Brilliant.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys watched Zombie play? Like,
I haven't been watching Palace, to be honest. Don't really care about watching them.
I only watch them when they play against Leeds.
Yeah. I'm not interested in Palace.
Barely Palace fans are interested in Palace.
Yeah. Even Palace fans are struggling to watch them.
They're on their breakaway here. He's getting grabbed from the back. Michael Olise gets the ball out to Zaha. Zaha's shot easily blocked. But, I just want to see them score. I don't think they're gonna win, but it'd be nice to see them get the first goal.
Yeah.
I don't understand why footballers do this all the time. You're playing City, you're on an attack, the ball comes to you. If you get a touch, you're not going to get a good shot off. But if you just take it the first time, right, you're probably more than likely to get a goal. But they always are setting themselves up for this extra touch, and you can't do that. I mean, City is a good defensive team. They're not going to give you time and space on the ball. Oh, Zombie's struggling to get the ball. That is, I guess, so nothing has changed.
Well, he's going to have a tough time against City, isn't he?
Yeah. No, but I've heard his name being called, and it sounded like he's been doing okay, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, against City, it's probably not a good evaluation of whether or not you're doing good. But England is getting, as they say,
they're getting their arse handed to them. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think I was looking at they've
Sacre bleu.
Yeah, sacre bleu.
I'm not sure what all these things mean. What is there's 3 kind of scoring things. There's a football. There's a football. There's a rugby ball with nothing. There's a rugby ball with a C in it and a rugby ball with a P in it.
What are you talking about?
It's where they like the scoring. Is there different ways to score in rugby, right?
You got it's called a try, which is similar to the touchdown.
Okay.
In the NFL, it's called a try.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. P is for a penalty goal. That's what it was.
Yeah.
All right. And then the C is for a penalty.
You score a penalty, which is a kicking through the uprights, basically like a field goal. Mm-hmm. That's 3 points.
You get a drop goal as well.
You can get a drop goal as well, which is where you kick the ball. So you drop kick the ball basically through the uprights. That's 3 points as well.
Yeah.
They don't do that so often anymore.
They had 2 penalty goals already.
Yeah.
Or 3 penalty goals.
And then you get a try. A try is 5 points, but you get a conversion, and the conversion happens from where the ball went over the line. So if it's right out wide, you have to kick the ball from right out wide, and then get it through the uprights. And then
is it where you put? But you have to put the ball down to get the try, right?
Yeah, it's like the point
down.
after touchdown, basically.
You would run through that area and put the ball down in the middle, right? That's what you.
Yeah, that's what they try to do. They try to do that so you get a straight kick on through the uprights for the conversion. But if you can only put the ball down right out wide, that's from that out, basically where the ball went over where it went down is where they have to take the conversion from. What is it, about 20 yards out or 25 yards out, something like that. And then and then that conversion is 2 points. So the try and the conversion 7 points. Whereas in the NFL, isn't it? The touchdown 6 and the extra point is 1, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, the Rugby World Cup is fantastic if you pretend that the first round isn't a shambles, where basically the quarterfinals ends up being 7 of the same 8 teams every year, because you always get one upset. It's always like one, like Japan. Japan are oddly okay at rugby, but they shouldn't be, but they are, and they will beat somebody and maybe
they
make
get to the next round and lose 100.
Yeah.
Then they get to the next round, play the All Blacks, and lose like 116-2. No, I mean 3.
Yeah, no, I am. When I was in Hong Kong, I think the Hong Kong Sevens was going on there, and I believe that's a good competition there.
Yeah, they play with 7 on each side. It's a much more intense match.
It's like 5-a-side football being rugby.
Yeah, it's basically like 5-a-side football, really. Yeah.
So, Mr. Big Gunner is eating Eggo waffles and Jimmy Dean sausage patties for breakfast. I mean, it's 1 o'clock over here, man. What's going on? It's a late breakfast.
He got the scarf and program that I sent him arrived the other day.
You sent him one too. That man's got a racket, man. Because I sent him one, 6 months ago. He's got it going on. He's got the connection.
I sent him the one for the Arsenal-Manchester United game where Eddie scored.
Oh, that's right. You said you did go over to the stadium, right?
Yeah, I went to the Emirates and got him the stuff.
Yep. Thanks, Roy. Yeah, no, I didn't know what that. They had C's and they had P's, and then they had the tries. But you guys talking rugby here? I don't know what this is. Oh, this is football.
Screaming the Martin Johnson area is talking about rugby.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to be good. We used to be pretty good at it. We haven't been very good recently, but we'll get back.
Mm-hmm.
Get back there.
Yeah. Big Gunner with his. I'm desperately hoping I can make it in May now, but I just realized I have a college graduation in May, so daughter number 2 is going to be done with college, at least the first set of college she's going to go back. But... So 21 minutes over here. City has been dominating possession, but they haven't been able to break through. But whenever
just give it time.
But whenever Crystal Palace needs to score first, that'll just make me feel a little better. That's all. They might come back and win it anyways, but at least no clean sheet.
Oh, wait, we are wanting Crystal Palace to win. Since when?
Why don't we want Crystal Palace to win?
Well, because I need them to be dragged into the relegation battle.
No, but you need City to be dragged out of the top of the table battle.
But you'll be in the Champions League regardless, which is what you wanted in August.
Yeah, but things change. You didn't want to be in the relegation zone, but you are, right? So now you're battling to get out. Things change. There's levels to this thing. There's levels. I keep telling you, there's levels to this thing.
Sam's wanted the same woman for the last, what is it?
28 years.
28 years.
Hey, don't knock Salma Hayek.
I would never not. I'll never not. What?
You can talk about Salam Hayek as much as you want. I don't care about him.
You know, what's funny, Russ, is if I was going to come, I would want to come at that time because when did they do like, for example, if I came in May,
What's
right?
he doing
I
in
think
Germany and
end of,
Holland?
yeah, the season ends
Germany
on
and Holland.
the season ends on the
What's he
28th.
doing?
Tell me something. The season ends on the 28th. When do the buses roll out?
Oh, that normally happens like a week later or something, I think.
Okay.
It's like in the midweek or something like that, usually.
So it'll be
Depends how far they had to travel to.
I think they play at home. That last game, I think, is at home.
Oh,
But for,
right. Yeah.
If
No, I mean, like,
Arsenal win
say
the
like,
Premier
no, I mean,
League,
say like you had,
what you say, Tom?
say like you had a European trophy. No, I was gonna say like,
No.
I was thinking more like if someone won a trophy out in Azerbaijan or something, then obviously they're not in the parade on the Sunday.
I think it's normally the week after,
I
like
don't know the
sometime
answer.
during.
so is that like a week and a half later? It would happen because if the season ends on a Sunday, right?
I think it'd probably be like a week later after the end of the season, the Premier League season. If Arsenal win the title, they'll probably get that parade going probably a week later.
Cool. Now, I would like. I mean, that's the only time I can come is late May if I can come at all. But that's my plan is to try to get out there. Be nice to come. I would like to actually do this the tour, the tour of the stadium. You know, so any goal of the season nominees for anyone? I actually really liked Saka's goal against was that in the which game was that?
Tottenham.
Willie freed Nonto for Leeds versus Cardiff in the third round of the FA Cup. It was incredible.
I didn't see that. Did any of you guys see that? I mean, who's this Leeds team? Not what are you talking about? Wasn't it the Aston Villa? Right, we went down in Aston Villa, and he scored the first goal to get us back into contention there. Like it was a nice shot and goal where he just set the ball down and rocketed it, which is he doesn't do that too often. So yeah, I'm not sure. What is he? Randomly, I'm watching. What is this? Dortmund.
Russ is going to Germany and Holland to watch football. Apparently, that's just a euphemism to go and meet Salam Hayek.
Yeah. That's what they all say. And down to watch Dortmund.
He's going to see the sausage
German
factory.
Mound. I mean,
sausage party. You mean
sausage factory in Holland?
Reece Nelson on his weak foot. That was really good too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I mean,
I just got the Google Play receipt.
What did you buy?
What's the goal?
No, it's from my subscription to the Mr. Arsenal podcast.
Oh, there you go.
Which you should watch whenever he's doing it. When's your next show, Mr. Ryan?
I bet he does a watch along tomorrow.
Yep. He'll be on. He'll be. Yeah,
should.
I think he said he's double dipping tomorrow because I think the women play as well. I believe tomorrow.
Double dipping, yeah.
So yeah, when it was booked.
Of course you never, Russ. Of course you never.
Yeah, but why would you go and watch Dortmund in final?
Out of it.
Why would you just randomly go and watch Dortmund in final anyway?
Apparently, Dortmund's really cool experience because, like, they have like the yellow wall of shirts.
Yeah, I know, but it's the Premier League. It's the fucking Premier League season, isn't it?
It's the Bundesliga.
Bundesliga. Yeah.
Or yeah.
I am German. Yes, I enjoy the football.
I have Ian, a yellow ball. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
I have a yellow ball and I have yellow balls.
Oh no!
What do you think they think of the Polish Premier League?
They're yellow. Polish Premier League.
Well, yeah, but no. What do you think the German football fans think of the Polish Premier League?
Of the Polish Premier League? They are bastards.
Holland just chipped it over the goal. He should have scored there.
I remember fighting the Polish in their houses in 1944.
Are you really not doing a match of the day stream?
Huh?
It's going to be
goal. That's going to be boring.
He's not going to be able to.
What are you showing? No, if he's truly standing against the BBC, he needs to turn his webcam on and basically go, bang, we're doing the stream, and then walk off for 2 hours. Like what Gary planned on doing.
Oh.
Gary Lineker, not Gary, not Philip Gary.
Oh, no, you two with the whole Philip thing.
No, it's just differentiating. It's important. They might have thought that I was accusing you of saying that you was going to do a show where you walk off and just sit there and leave the camera on. I was like, but you never said such thing, so I'm not going to put those words in your mouth.
It's a protest.
Yeah, I mean, Also, I stand with Gary because I'm also not doing a stream tonight. I wasn't doing one anyway, but I'm standing with Gary.
Me too.
I had no such stream planned. I was like, no, I don't want to watch any wrestling tonight. I want to play Football Manager or do anything.
Yeah.
Get away from those kids again. No.
It looks like I'm going to have to log off at some point.
Tom, we've got to sort out a network game, mate. We've got to sort out a network game. I'll holler you on Twitter. No, WhatsApp.
Twitter.
Twitch, right?
I'll holler you on WhatsApp. We'll try and get a network game going.
Yeah.
Ooh. That could be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun because I missed that playing with a real manager.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end this thing, so I'm gonna let
let's end it, boy.
Let you have your say. So, Mr. Tom.
Yes, thank you, Gat. Oh, not down the side for once. Sorry, I mean the side. You're there. Sorry. Hello, I'm patting Gary on the head. Hello, Gary. Sorry. As usual, thank you to everyone who's genuinely gave their time to listen / watch us. Similar to what I always say, like you have a million things you could be doing with your Saturday, but you actively chose, because I've put no gun to your heads, to actually sit with us and listen to our thoughts on the goings on of the world of football and kind of politics, but not enough where you actually know what we really think. But anyway, no. Again, hope you're all well. Have a good week. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. So don't switch your light on, obviously. Have fun. Thank you to Gary for having me on. Thank you to Sam for being willing to sit with us. Thank you again. Have fun.
Cool.
Leads.
All right. And Sam?
This summer, one man, one desire tries to finally meet up with his ex-girlfriend, but found out he's called Salam Hayek. He has to get to the sausage factory in Holland at the end of May, or his world will collide. This summer...
Where the hell are all these sausages?
This summer, one man, one desire. Russ Morgan is Salam Hayek's ex-lover.
Sausage man.
Sausage man in despair. No, but really, no, it's been good. It's always good to come on with you guys. We get to have a bit of fun. This trip, as it's called, is a road trip. It's always good fun. We never know where we're going, what road we're going to take, which way we're going to go in the fork in the road. Sometimes
I'm doing steering wheel. I'm not actually wanking anyone off.
We see Tom is wanking off two people simultaneously because that's the kind of show.
I knew he was going to say it. I knew it. Sorry.
We go off road. We go off piste. We go off road. We go everywhere. That's what's good fun with the show. We interact with everyone in the chat, and we're so pleased to have you here with us. We always have good fun with you guys. You guys are all great in the chat. Thank you for taking time out of your Saturdays to share your late afternoons with us. It's always good fun. Yeah, I want to thank Gary for having me on every Saturday. We have a good time. This is it's a highlight of one of the highlights of my weekend for sure, to have a bit of fun here with you guys. Tom, always great fun to be on with Tom. And yeah, I just want to say thanks for having me on, and thanks to everyone in the chat for sharing their time with us. And I want Arsenal to win tomorrow. I want us to get 3 more points, keep heaping the pressure on City, getting one step closer to the title. Let's hope we can do it. And I wish everyone a wonderful Saturday.
Perfect. And just double what everybody has said so far. Thanks for joining us. We'll do this again next Saturday. Arsenal hopefully get Leeds got a point today. Arsenal would like to get 3 points tomorrow and then continue on and maybe move ahead in the Europa League. I would like to do that as well. I think winning begets winning, so I want to do more of that. So we will see you guys again next Saturday. And as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride. And we will see you on the next one, everybody. And we are out. Thank you very much.